Hey you guys, and welcome to my channel. In this video I just want to take a brief moment to touch on hobosexuals. Back in 2017, a woman named Nikki coined this term, and she coined a term for something that's been in existence since way before 2017. I guess I'm not going to say the beginning of time, but for quite some time here we've had men that are willing to basically have sex with a woman to secure a place to live. All right, so in this video, I just want to talk about some of the dynamics and the red flags that are involved with this so that you can stay ahead of the game, obviously, because I don't want any of you to be in this situation. Now, sidebar to the male viewers on this channel, as I do, according to YouTube analytics, I do have about 30% male viewers here, and women do this as well. I mean, it's not as frowned upon when a woman does it because, men protect and provide, and, socially, I guess it's more acceptable for a woman to be rescued out of her situations, of course, than for a man, a beta man who, must be in his feminine energy at that point to be willing to stoop to such, methods. All right. So let's go ahead here and get into these dynamics and red flags so that you'll be able to understand, are you dealing with a hobosexual? I mean, it should be pretty crystal clear here if someone is basically having sex with you and not bringing much else to the table here. You're dealing with a hobosexual and they have nowhere else to go to live. That's their own, in a nutshell. But let's talk about some specific things that we can be looking at. These dynamics and red flags will help you be able to see or, pick up on this, even if you've never experienced, to make sure you don't. Okay. So the first thing I want you to understand about this is that this whole thing of being a hobosexual is based on needs versus love. They're being a hobosexual not because they love you, but because they have a need to be felt. A need to have a roof over their head. All right, not even a need to love you, just a need to get some type of security in their life. Okay. Now, in these situations, you might find that this man is moving very fast. They are rushing the relationship. They want to spend every moment they can together with you. They're rushing to get entry to your home when you guys should in the beginning be going out on dates and creating these memories. He's trying to, get you to be on his Netflix and chill. And during this COVID, it might be even a hike in this, honestly. So we'll call this some sort of love bomb. Okay. And along with them moving too fast and rushing things, you'll find that, they're rushing you to have sex with them quickly, or they're rushing to get physical with you as well, to create the soul tie. The more that they can get you to, or they can create an illusion of being bonded to them, of course, the more connected you'll feel, and, they're able to rush the relationship. You're my girl now, that's mine's now, and once somebody starts saying this and they're sleeping with you, and to someone who may not have enough emotional maturity, it'll gas their head up and it'll make them start rushing in the relationship as well, which means, giving them more access to their personal space, i.e. their home and their car and, their money. At the root of this is a lot of codependency, because a lot of times these hobosexuals, they're not really looking to be independent. They're just looking to be taken care of. Okay. They're going to try to play off of your sympathy. So they're going to be targeting empaths with this, and, whatever they're going to tell you, about their horrible situations, or, whatever they're going to love bomb you in, and telling you everything that you want to hear a man tell you. Okay. The next thing that I want to point out is they might be pretty charming at that rate, and they may be physically attractive. All right. They may be a person that have no periods of being single. Like, these are serial daters and relationship junkies, you guys. They've had multiple relationships throughout the years because they're bouncing from this couch or basically this bed to that bed. And, they're the ones always moving in with the other person. And they have to find that exit point once that person gets fed up of not being reciprocated, bills not being paid, and basically feeling like they're taking care of a child. And then, everything that they're offering, which is probably just their body and a bunch of empty promises, is just not working, because they're just a big bill to you at that point. These people might size up your home and your car and your things, and they might even say, oh man, I could get used to this, or anything along those lines. And they'll start leaving personal items without your permission around your home. So they're, sometimes they take a sideways approach into beginning to penetrate or infiltrate into your space. Okay, you might find that you're the one paying for dates. Like, goodness, they might muscle out enough money that they probably stole from the previous person to pay for the first date, and it may not be anything too fancy. So they're not paying that much to begin with. And then you'll be in situations where you're the one coming out of wallets, or they're experiencing this and that. They're in between jobs, but yet you may notice that they're not really grinding to really get out of that position. Okay, can you pay my cell phone bill? I'll pay you back on this date. And it's just a bunch of IOUs piling up on you. So in these situations, of course, there's going to be levels of financial and emotional abuse going here. Because, if they're not being sincere, if they're just saying what they have to say to keep a roof over their head, then, that's an indication right there. They may not be homeless out on the street when you meet them, but they actually may be just in a living situation that they don't want to be in. They might be living with their mom, their sister, their aunt, their brother, or family. And, most adults want their own. And it's a lot more, comfortable to live with a lover than it is to live with a family member who knows all your bullshit. And, you got to hear them bitching at them, and, all the responsibilities that they're still not holding their end of the bargain to, and, all the things that they really want to escape, which is their accountability. It's much easier to start fresh with a new lover who doesn't know them, that they can play on their, like I said, their sympathy. You might find that you're being manipulated into a lifestyle to make lifestyle changes that do not even benefit you. All of a sudden, you didn't want to give them a key. You're rushing home to let them in, or, you changed up your little extra space is now space for them, or they got the funky Jordans all over the place, or game consoles all over the place, or, they might even have a dog. They might even try to have you adopt their dog, and now you're their mommy, and now you're providing food for that dog and feeding this grown-ass man. So, they finagle these things, but they make it like, it's you guys' child. They try to romanticize it, but, at the end of the day, they're just using you. And the last thing that I want to point out about these hobosexuals is, you may be in a position of where you have to ask them to leave. They come over, they overstay their welcome, you guys. Because they don't want to go anywhere else. They want to, mark their territory with you, if you will. And yeah. So this is in a nutshell, what's going on primarily in these homosexual situations. Pretty soon, they're going to have mail come into your house, and they're changing the address on their ID and really trying to, like I said, mark their territory with you. And it can open up lifestyles that are access to places that they can't afford to live, obviously, or may not even be able to ever afford to live. So we have to be really careful, ladies, and not be moving from a level of desperation. Men should not be your projects. They should be, uplifting you. I'm not even really for that 50-50 thing with men. I feel like men should protect and provide women. So a lot of times these hobosexuals, they just have no shame, and they will target single moms who may want that masculine energy, especially if their children's father is not in the picture, but one hand is really not washing the other. Him merely taking out the trash, merely playing with your kids for a few minutes, and just offering you that poverty penis. You can do bad by yourself. You really can. And you don't want to set that example if you have sons of bringing such a weak masculine guy around them, because kids do see what you're doing. Okay. Yeah, just say no, ladies, and don't do it. And if you're in that situation, kick them out. Love yourself enough, and look at all the money you're going to be saving by not taking care of some grown-ass man. All right? It's not your job, ladies. So, hopefully this has helped someone, have a better picture of what a hobosexual is. Okay? And get turned off by this. Like, you have to be in a certain energy to even accept a man in this type of state. And that, indicates work that you need to do within yourself. Okay? Please do that work. And raise up your self-worth and your self-value, ladies. All right? You can do better than this, and you deserve so much more. All right, you guys. Until the next video, never give up on yourself. Continue to do the work. And take care.